as well. And the best way I can teach y'all, since we don't have divided classes, to add you on. Yeah. And it'll help you mature, and it'll also help your parents supposedly helping you, because they'll get in tune with it and study it together where you can break it down to your level as well. Active.
You know, when we first came to Mama Meredith's church,
Mm-hmm.
there was no Sunday school
Yeah.
for children.
Yeah. So y'all had
So
to.
we listened.
That's it.
Because you wasn't going to wiggle in Mama Logan's house.
Yeah.
So you wasn't going to wiggle in nobody's car.
Yeah.
You wasn't going to wiggle sitting in the seats in the house of God.
Yeah.
But either way, we had one that did.
Mm-hmm.
She took care of that when she got home.
Yeah.
But either way, we listened. And it helped me as a child.
Yeah.
Because we listened.
Yeah.
And then the one that was contrary, that wouldn't, that wouldn't
So forth and so on.
pay attention to me. She never took us on the front seat.
Yeah.
I told her before.
Yeah.
She said, Sister Mary would have told us to get up on the front seat.
That's the way it's
We were
supposed to be.
scared to that.
That's the way it was done in the false church,
She
same
said
way.
that. She said, it's right up there on the front row.
The actor uppers got sit on the front seat.
But listen, well, I did anyhow, but the other one still didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're contrary, you're contrary.
But you see how much it come back to you. You talked about a lot, you remember.
Yeah.
So God will bring it back to us because it's instilled in us. The Jews always believed in teaching their children about the ways of God. God told them to. It was an order in the in Judaism. They must, in the Old Testament, they had to teach their children. It was a law. It was a rule. It was part of the 613 commandments, that laws of Judaism, that they had to do it. And most of the time, if you know the Jews, most of them are educated anyway, right? And they believe in pushing education, right? And even in Judaism, which is a religion, now the Messianic Jews that believe in Jesus as the Messiah, the Christ, God himself, are educating their younger children just like they would do under Judaism. And those kids are sharp. They sharp, and they loving Jesus. Some of them have been taught what it really means to be saved. So we're going to push the envelope in Calvary Chapel by making sure we cover our ground. And as God gives us understanding, we'll break it down even more. So we be patient, and y'all be patient, all right?
To prove to you, listening as a young teen, it proves and it works out, and there's dividends that come from listening.
Yeah.
We was praying and we got our first jobs. It was with the government.
Yeah.
Remember the praying. We
Yeah.
got government jobs.
See?
Okay? But we learned how to carry ourselves on that job because we was taught out of the Bible.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So, if you,
Makes a difference.
those spirits may be there, but the word of God still control the forces and evil darkness that still abide in us, even growing up as children. Stubborn and rebellion is still a dark force about us. We stayed in trouble. We had to be disciplined.
That's right. I mean, you got to be disciplined somehow. All of us, right? That's why there's rules and regulations. Principalities, as we call them, right, Cherie?
Yes, sir.
So these principalities that are being used now are spiritual, but they real. Because God is real and the devil is real. But we know God has all power. Right? Let's read on. Verse 9 again.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him.
So we know that demons exist in this paragraph, right?
Yes.
But have you noticed something between how he used dragon in verse 7 and then he used in verse 9?
Yes.
Why would you think he transitioned to add that adjective? I think that's what it is. Yeah. Why would he add that to it? Anybody? I want you to start thinking for yourself as you read. I'm trying to help to take you to the next level as well. Anybody?
Because the serpent is usually slick and cunning. So when he cast into the earth, since he's deceiving them, he's being slick and cunning.
So you're looking at verse 7 and verse 9.
I'm looking at verse 9.
Okay. Okay. Look at the adjectives. Is that what those are called before the titles, the nouns, the dragon and the serpent? What are those called before that, children? What are those? What are those? No, the word before it. Great and old. Pay attention to that. Why would he use that? Verse 7, he just says, and there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Verse 9 says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. Read. Something clicking on?
Well, when you said the old serpent, it reminded me of Adam and Eve.
Okay.
Because he was a serpent.
So let me ask you. And Nietzsche was kind of on the right track there with the serpent and the dragon. Okay, let me let you finish up. I'm sorry.
And then the dragons and serpents have a likeness.
Okay.
Just one is bigger and the other one is smaller. So maybe
Okay.
the great dragon is the spiritual part of it, and then the old serpent is the.
Both of them are spiritual. Okay. All right. Nisha, let me let you finish up. You still got your thought?
Well, when Sheree said what she said,
Okay.
it made me think, and then when you pointed out the great and the old part.
Okay.
So, the great part would be how strong he is on earth.
Okay.
And the old is because he's been around since the beginning of time.
Okay. Good. Because it's true.
Those are the nouns and pronouns.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get the children to tell me what those words were. Are those pronouns? What are they? What are they called? Y'all know Joe and Jordan? What are the old and great mean? Say what? Pronouns? Okay. He said pronouns. That sound good? They describe a noun. Okay. Is he right there? Okay. So, anybody else want to add to this before I add? Okay.
The thought that came to me was, because he was an angel, he was one of the mighty, beautiful angels that was over the music.
Okay.
I'm trying to confront it.
Don't confuse it.
But
Make it simple.
he was great because he was head at one point
Okay.
in heaven. So that made him great because he was up there with God.
Okay.
He wasn't God, he was up there with him.
Okay.
And like
Okay. Okay. That's good. I'll take some of that. Anybody else want to add to it? Want to give it a shot? Cherie?
Is this cheating?
I don't know.
Well, because my study Bible
Okay.
kind of gives a description of all the dragon, the serpent, the devil,
Okay.
and Satan.
Okay.
And it says the dragon pictures his monstrous character as the enemy of God.
Uh-huh.
The serpent connects him with the clever deception
Okay.
of Eve in Genesis.
Uh-huh.
And then the devil means slanderer,
Mm-hmm.
and Satan means adversary.
Okay. Now, those are all titles of them, right?
Yes.
Like we read in here. But have you thought about, as these connect, there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. So we know it started, what? At the beginning, right?
Yes.
Historically, at the beginning. And he continued on during time, right?
Yes.
But he was at the beginning of time, which means he's an old dude. He been around, right?
Yes.
And because of that, he's covered a lot of ground. That's a great thing. So he's great because of what he has covered and all that he's attained. Like you say, a great warrior, a great hero, is because they accomplished some things, right? That made them stand out more than anyone else, right? When you say that's a great player, basketball, football player, what makes them stand out, Rick? What makes, what's the basketball player? Is he one of the best now, or the best?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best as of for now, yeah.
What makes him stand out among the others? Because his name? His talent. What he can do. What he showed he can do, right? So the devil exhibits himself as something great, right? Right? Would all you agree?
Yes.
And a lot of people have taken on that aspect as well, right? But him being the father of pride, the father of lies from way back when, the time of old, right? So it uses these expressions to let you know that his consistency of growing has made him great. Hell is wide open, right? There are more people going to hell now than it was back then, right? He has gained more ground of sending people to hell from the time he started till now, right? He's more shrewder. Remember, he's waxed worse and worse, right? Now, he's the father of lies. He was called that at the beginning, right? From the time of old. The Bible uses the expression, the times of old, a lot, especially in biblical history. So, what you're seeing is a lapse in time used as descriptions of the devil. He's the same devil he was when? At the beginning. His object and goal has never changed, right? But it has become greater because he realized he's got a short time. But he's still going on to take as many people as he can with him to where? Hell. He's using the same old tactics, and he's great at doing it, isn't he? So think about that. I just want to give you something to think about. Yeah, Nee?